Welcome to the city so nice they had to name it twice. New York, New York. In the shadows of the Empire State Building sits Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, the Mecca. And today we've got the City Hoops Classic on Fox, where John Calipari brings his Kentucky Wildcats, the ninth-ranked team in the nation, into town to take on a scrappy bunch of Pirates from Seton Hall. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my partner Jim Jackson, the All-American. And welcome to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, Kentucky. They've won 7 straight games since their season-opening loss to Duke. What are we expecting to see as they get ready to take on Seton Hall?
Well, this Kentucky team loves to pound the glass. I mean, out-rebounding teams by 16, but offensively, 111 offensive rebounds. Seton Hall has to do a good job with that. But also Seton Hall, we know Miles Powell can score. Who else will be able to step up, put the ball in the basket in order for Seton Hall to try to walk out of here with a W?
All right, time now to join the third member of our team on the sideline today, Andy Katz.
All right, thank you, Gus. You mentioned that Duke game. The last time most of the country saw Kentucky, they got blown out by Duke in Indianapolis. So what did John Calipari do? He went back to the basics. Fundamentals defensively, defensive slide drills, even working on wall sits to make sure players held that defensive position for 20 to 30 seconds. Let's see how it basically works against an elite competition team like Seton Hall. Back to you, Gus.
All right, Andy, thank you very much. And here are the starting lineups brought to you by Jeep Grand Cherokee for Seton Hall. Miles Powell is averaging 22 points a game, the junior from Trenton, New Jersey, and Reed Travis, he's the Stanford transfer senior. He can shoot the blood out of the basketball. Jeffrey Anderson, Joe Lindsay, Michael Roberts are your officials. Gus Johnson, Jim Jackson, Andy Katz, and we're ready for basketball at the world's most famous arena. Mamos Kilishvili in the circle, tapping it up with Washington, and the tap controlled by Seton Hall.
And the question is, we talked about it, Gus. Miles Powell can score. Who else will be able to step up in this starting lineup to give him some support?
McKnight driving all over the basket, has that one stripped out of his hands, out of bounds. Will stay right here. Kevin Willard, 43 years old, in his 9th season at Seton Hall. He recently recorded his 155th win, passing our partner, Bill Raftery, for 4th in the program's history. It was the 200th of his career. Here's Cale on the baseline, wheeling inside, right hand scoop, no. Reed with a rebound. And here comes Kentucky. Ashton Hagen starts today for the Wildcats at the point guard position. He's a freshman from Cartersville, Georgia. Tyler Hero backing it up. Now Washington off the bounce to the basket, up and in.
This young fella has a lot of potential. Talking to Kenny Payne yesterday in practice, it's all about confidence with him and his motor. Knowing that he can get it done each and every time is the key for him.
So Kentucky with the early lead. They're number 1 in the country. Mamos Kilishvili inside, the European, and he has very good touch.
Well, it's got to my confidence. The last 3 games have been playing at a high level, 3 double-figure games. And so that could be an offset, especially inside if Mamu Kilishvili can knock down some shots and put some pressure on Kentucky's defense.
Kentucky coming off a 78-61 win in Lexington last Saturday against North Carolina Greensboro for their 7th straight. Top of the arc, Washington, and knocks it down. Back-to-back buckets for P.J. Washington.
And that's excellent ball movement at that time, and a lot of concentration was placed on that yesterday in practice. To move the ball, move bodies, you'll end up getting open shots.
Enzi on the baseline, double team. Mamos Kilishvili cannot hold on, out of bounds. What was it like? You were at practice today, having an opportunity to spend some time with the Wildcats.
Well, I was watching this young man in particular because he possesses so much talent, and it's a matter of just doing it each and every time. You see the beautiful stroke up top. The 6'8" sophomore from Dallas, Texas, played at Finley Prep, can be one of those game-changing type of players.
You played for John Calipari when you were with the Nets. As a matter of fact, when you were with Coach Cal, you had the only 2 triple-doubles in your career.
Well, I love Cal. Cal, when he trusts you, when he really trusts you, he's going to put the ball in your hands and allow you to be the best version of yourself you can be. And right here, you see PG going right back at it.
Washington keeps it alive on the baseline, strip, loose, picked up. Mamos Kilishvili leads the charge. He's got Cale on the baseline to the bucket, up and in. Seton Hall makes it a 5-4 game. Hero the other way. He'll lay it in in softly. Tyler Hero from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a freshman, had 18 points against Greensboro the other night.
I tell you one thing, Hero, one thing he doesn't lack is confidence. He got a little swag about him that he can play and be as productive as anybody in the country.
Mamokilishvili in and out. There's a pick and roll. Hagans looks inside. Washington two-hand jam.
Patient with this Kentucky team. Yeah, we saw them in that first game. They didn't look good, but slowly going back to the fundamentals, guys. This Kentucky team is starting to figure out how to play offensively together, hence being much more effective.
P.J. Washington with 7, talking to Cal before the game as Powell puts it on the floor, gets to the hole, and lays it in. He said, we can't run out of runway, meaning it takes time to blend all these McDonald's All-Americans together, 7 on the team right now. And we get better as the season progresses. Reed gets his own rebound and foul. All right, let's take a look at the Geico players to watch. Miles Powell, Reed Travis.
Well, Miles Powell's doing everything. Think about this. He had a 40-point game and a 30-point game this year, putting up great numbers, does need some help. And how about Reed Travis coming here as a 5th-year senior, having an opportunity to bring some experience and depth inside for the Wildcats.
And Reed Travis already with 3 20-point games in his first year with the Wildcats. He shot 50% or better in 6 of those 8 games. Wanted to get an opportunity to play at the highest level, bigger stage.
Well, how about this? Duke was on that list as well, but he figured out that Kentucky is the best landing spot. And for John Calipari, the strength of this team is their interior play, and he boasts that.
Baseline jump shot, pure for Kales. Miles Kale, the sophomore from Middletown, Delaware. Got a lot of action last year as a true freshman. Tyler Hero. For some reason I think of Grayson Allen when I look at Tyler Hero.
It kind of looks like, but he has that same kind of attitude, which is what you want out of a shooting guard, that if he misses a couple shots, he doesn't care. Defensively, he's going to try to lock in as well.
McKnight thought about it. Hero playing him to his right hand. He'll take the deep J off the heel. Loose. P.J. Washington pulls it down. Now Johnson, wide open 3. In and out. Washington, offensive rebound. Can't lay it down. Mamokilishvili digging it out. Powell finally ends up with the basketball. Almost 5 minutes gone by here in the first half. 11-9. Kentucky. Mamokilishvili looks weak side. McKnight frees himself with the bounce. Kale. Reed Travis the other way. Crosses over down the lane, out of bounds. 14:52 to play in the first half. P.J. Washington, big start for Kentucky Wildcats with the lead, 11-9 over Seton Hall. And Fox College Hoops is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Mission Impossible Fallout, now on Blu-ray and digital. 11-9, Kentucky leading Seton Hall here in the first half. Now Tuesday night against New Hampshire, Seton Hall earned Kevin Willard his 200th career victory as a head coach with a 77-57 victory. It was also Willard's 155th win at Seton Hall, surpassing our colleague Bill Raftery. Look at Coach Rapp with the slick back hair.
You see the sideburn? Sideburn.
Oh my goodness. B.J. Carlissimo, number 2 all time, your former coach.
Yep.
In Golden State.
Fiery. That's the word I'm going to use right now. I could use a couple other superlatives, but I'm not going to do it.
Here's Coach Willard. What a job he's done. 2016 Big East Coach of the Year with Jay Wright. They shared it. Remember that 2016 squad? He led it to their first Big East tournament title since 1993 and their first NCAA tournament bid since 2006.
And he loves the makeup of this Seton Hall team. I mean, the camaraderie, guys depending on each other, supporting one another.
How about Angel Delgado? He's got a 2-way contract with the Clippers. He's putting up major numbers now in the G League and should be getting up soon.
Well, I mean, he figures out that he understands who he is as a player. So he's going to stay within that.
Inside. As Kale unable to get it to go. Wow. Johnson almost traveled coming up the floor.
But I like how Kale, even though he's been struggling with a shot and scoring, I think that layup early on, Gus, is giving him a lot of confidence as he's playing really aggressive right now.
Here's Reed, Travis facing, 10 to shoot. Goes baseline, draws a double team. Baseline jump shot, way short to Quade Green. Miles Powell the other way. They want to get him going offensively. He does have 2 points, averaging 22 on the season so far. Torian Thompson inside and a whistle and foul. Boy, they lost some great players last year. This Seton Hall squad, Angel Delgado with the Clippers, rebounding extremely well in the G League on that 2-way contract. Desi Rodriguez is with the Clippers as well. Their D-League team, Kadeem Carrington, G-League team, excuse me, Kadeem Carrington and Sonogo.
That foursome won a lot of games at Seton Hall, man. I mean, kind of changed the face of the programming. It gave you that old Big East feel with how they played, the toughness that they were on display with. And then, you know, when we did the game against Villanova, it felt like the old Big East in the Big East tournament that year.
So Torian Thompson, Syracuse transfer. At the free throw line, 6'11" sophomore, good-looking prospect, did not play against New Hampshire on Tuesday. And they're really waiting for Torian Thompson to step up. He could be
huge.
Their next big-time player.
Yeah, especially from an interior perspective. That loosens up the perimeter when you got a guy like that that can score inside.
Baseline. That one off the mark for E.J. Montgomery. Miles Kale the other way. Pick and roll. Cut off by Johnson. Anthony Nelson running the show right now for Seton Hall. Thompson trying to shake up Reed Travis. Kale for 3. And a whistle over the back, foul coming up against Jared Roden as he went over Quade Green's back.
And that's the defensive possession in a nutshell, what John Calipari wants to do with his team. Keep the ball in front, squeeze the court a little bit. If there's a dribble drive, influence that driver away. And once the shot goes up, contest, finish the defense with the rebound.
John Calipari, since his days back at UMass. Check this out, Jimmy.
Talk to me.
Incredible stat. I'll tell you in 1 second. Hero. Baseline. P.J. Washington, no. And Seton Hall the other way. Crossover dribble, nice deal inside. Thompson double clutch, comes up short. Jump ball to call with the arrow favoring Kentucky. Here's the incredible stat. I got a incredible stat.
Okay.
The most important stat in college basketball. John Calipari, since his days back, dating back to UMass when he had Marcus Camby, has generated $1.5 billion in salaries for his players. That's my nickname for John Calipari. 1.5 bill.
Well, he puts his players in situations to foul here where they understand what it takes to be a NBA player. The beauty about it is, Gus, guys come in here knowing I may not average 20 points, I may not get 20 shots, but I'm going to be like this right here. Wow. First round, #1 draft picks if I do what I need to do.
Carl Anthony Towns averaged 12 and 8.
Right. So on that team with Anthony Davis and Michael Gilchrist that year, those two didn't take the most shots. Okay, they were top 5. What does that tell you? I don't think he gets enough credit for blending talent and allowing these guys to figure out how to play together.
P.J. Washington attacking the basket, loose ball. Mamoukilas-Vili hits to the floor, and this one will go to the Pirates.
Well, great hustle by both teams. And Coach Cal was working on the drill yesterday where they threw the ball down and guys would dive on it in order to get accustomed to being the first on the floor. And that time Seton Hall was able to tie it up and retain and get possession.
Right now, the Seton Hall defense doing a nice job. Kentucky scoreless in the last 4 minutes. Nelson in and out. Step back lefty. And he's fouled. Ashton Hagans gets him his first. Pirates heading to the free throw line. We've got a great battle brewing in the Mecca. Kentucky and Seton Hall. 11 up. Back after this. And welcome back to Fox College Hoops, sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. 11 apiece, Kentucky and Seton Hall here in the first half. Our Fox triple header continues. Next is Louisville battles Indiana, then number 12 Wisconsin visits Marquette at 5 Eastern. Catch all the action right here on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And Louisville, Indiana, Chris Mack leads Xavier, first year at Louisville. His team's playing well. Jordan Wara averages 17 and 7. Romeo Langford, the prize recruit for Archie Miller.
And I had an opportunity to watch Romeo in person against Marquette. Long, athletic. He may not get the same accolades that the Duke freshmen are getting here at Kentucky, but I'm going to tell you what, that young man's upside is just as good as anybody's.
So at the free throw line, Anthony Nelson with the South Kent School. He's a New Yorker. 5 points on Tuesday against New Hampshire. As a freshman, he's played 20-plus minutes 4 times and scored in 6 of 8 of those games.
You know, one thing about this Seton Hall team that I know Coach Willard Haynes has had on is that offensively they may struggle at times, Gus, but one thing they don't do is turn the ball over. So that allows you to have offensive possessions where you get looks at the rim and not giving the ball to your opponent.
Right now, Seton Hall on a 6-0 run, their first lead of the game. Kentucky has missed 8 shots in a row. Here come the Cats. Ashton Hagans, reclassified. He's supposed to be a senior in high school right now. And if he would have stayed in high school, he would have probably been their 8th McDonald's All-American. 8 McDonald's All-Americans on the same team. You were a McDonald's All-American.
Yeah, but I mean, back in the day, remember, guy, you'd be 3 or 4 McDonald's that would go to the same team. Then it kind of went away from that. But Coach Cal figured out a system that everybody plays together, you win, and they all benefit from it. That's a great sales pitch.
Who was on your McDonald's All-American team?
Kenny Anderson, Shaquille O'Neal. Remember those? Remember Shaquille? I don't know if you know that guy.
The D.
Bobby Hurley, Allen Houston, Tracy Murray. They had a great class, man. 89. So long ago. Jeez.
Bobby Hurley back in the top 20 at Arizona State. Mamukilishvili picked up the second foul, full court pressure by Kentucky. Arizona State tough loss last night to Nevada.
Yeah, Nevada's tough, man.
Powell forces that one. A brick. Mamukilishvili with a rebound and the foul.
Now, sometimes it's about being in the right place at the right time. Mamukilishvili that time just followed up a tough shot, contested shot. And sometimes with those shots like that, Gus, are contested long, you don't know which way it's going to carry them out, but you still have to crash the board just in case.
First free throw off the mark. I remember calling the game. I was talking to Cal in his office before the game. UMass Georgetown, Final 8, regional final, Atlanta. It was Marcus Camby against a guy named Allen Iverson. Iverson dunked the first play of the game, and then UMass went and blew him out. Victor Page, I think, was like he's still one of 29,000.
He
couldn't hit a shot.
Couldn't get a shot, right? But you know, the thing about the tournament is it's a one-game scenario. A team gets hot.
Reed Travis, women out. Offensive rebound goes to Kentucky. Hero on the bounce. Mid-range J, no, but he's fouled. Looks like on the elbow, and we go to the line.
Well, and that's the strength of this Kentucky team. Offensive rebounds at the top. 111 coming into this game, offensive rebounds. So that gives yourself an opportunity to retain possession, keep it alive, and get more shots at the rim than your opponent.
Kentucky is the #1 rebounding team in the country, out-rebounding their opponents by close to 17 rebounds per game. Hero makes it first. UK, they beat Monmouth here at the Garden last December in the City Hoops Classic, 93-76. PJ Washington scored 20. Second free throw good. 15-13. Seton Hall giving them a fight. 9th-ranked team in the country coming into the Garden, the Kentucky Wildcats. Although Seton Hall is right across the river, feels like a home game for Kentucky.
It's weird because, you know, certain teams and schools travel in Kentucky. Brought a lot of people out this afternoon.
Reed Travis with the rebound. And here comes Kentucky. Hero quick release. High bounce. Loose. Picked up. McKnight. Victorian Thompson. 16-footer in the traffic.
And that's just indecisive right there for Torian Thompson. When you're struggling sometimes offensively, tend to overthink the situation. That time he should have just caught it, stepped into it, and knocked it in.
But I'm seeing a lot, especially James Harden in the NBA. Those guys step back.
He ain't James Harden.
Oh.
Okay. I think you got it confused right there. I understand what you're saying.
Loose ball and a whistle. It's like a foul. Sloppy first half. 10-14 to play.
It's funny talking to Coach Cal. He said, you know, we're not as quick as we were in the past. We're not as long. So offensively, we struggle at times to put the ball in the basket. Again, that's why he pounds on his team to get offensive rebounds, to offset maybe when the offense is sputtering a little bit.
McKnight. Another foul. I tell you what, though, I know we've spent a lot of time talking about Kentucky, but I like the product that Coach Willard is putting out on the floor this season for Seton Hall after losing those 4 great seniors last year.
Well, it's never easy to replace a group like that because not only were they experienced, they knew how to play, they were tough-minded, and they put the ball in the basket. This group is a little bit different in regards to everybody's still trying to figure out their place within this offense. And once they do that, you can see the discipline is already there. Again, not turning the basketball over shows that they have a high degree of intelligence on how to run the offense. It's just a matter of guys just getting comfortable in their positions.
Quincy McKnight, Sacred Heart transfer. A nice job running the point right down for Coach Willard.
Oh, you got a steady leader, a guy that's been through it, a veteran who's savvy.
Blocking foul coming up against Cale. As Keldon Johnson put it on the deck. Johnson broke his left ankle in their last game.
And Miles Cale tried to anticipate the drive, and I think that time by just sticking out his chest a little bit, that's where the contact got called, and the official was able to make that call.
Quade Green, 16-footer, short. PJ Washington with the offensive rebound. Hero, guarded by Powell. Kentucky turns it over. McKnight digs it out of the corner. Second turnover for the Cats. And Seton Hall almost threw it away.
Yeah, Achilles heel of this offense, too, averaging about 15 turnovers for the Wildcats, only 14 assists. So you want to be on the other side of that ledger. More assists than turnovers. Again, just trying to figure out, sort of like Seton Hall, their offensive sets.
Seton Hall has missed 7 in a row now. Let's see if they can get one to go down. Enzi inside. Powell blocked from behind by Washington. Green penetrates, tries to hand it off, and it's taken away on the baseline.
And Hero was open in the corner for a spot up 3. Quade Green didn't see him.
Jared Roden, right place at the right time for the steal. Powell rims off. Out of bounds, we'll head the other way.
Talked about Kentucky. Look at Hero right here, trying to face guard, but excellent cut back door. But that's why PJ Washington is there. That's providing the backside help and not being married to your man, helping out your teammate to take away what could have been easy too.
And Miles Powell will take a seat. Seton Hall now 9 misses in a row. Kentucky 12 misses in a row.
Think about this, if you're Seton Hall, you're still in a good position. Missing no shots, the score is still tied.
That's an air ball by Emmanuel Quickly. Lost his starting job to Ashton Hagans for this game. McKnight. Anthony Nelson down the lane. The kick. And out of bounds, Miles Cale, unaware of his footing, and Seton Hall turns it over for the 3rd time.
And you work on that every day in practice as far as spacing and recognition on the court where you're at. You hate to give up that opportunity, a lost possession. That time Cale was ready to step in and knock it in, but unfortunately stepped out of bounds.
Hero. He's Reed Travis. He fumbles it, loses it, and a foul coming up. And it will go against Kentucky. 7:54 to play in the first half. Seton Hall going toe-to-toe with the number 9 team in the country. 15 up. Back after this.
All right, thank you, Gus. John Calipari stressing to get the ball inside, to start to post up. And if anything, try to actually finish the shot, not try to just go up and get fouled. He's seen too much of that lately. Back to you, Gus.
All right, and you played for Cal. Has he mellowed over the years? What was he like when you played for him? And what's your impression of him now?
At younger, he was fiery. At 36, still trying to figure out the NBA game. But I think he's mellowed in the sense of how he communicates with his team, but he's still fiery. I mean, I saw him at practice yesterday, but he has a calmness about him right now. And that's just from years of experience and understanding how to communicate with these young men.
Powell. Now Cale trying to get his shot going. A willing shooter. Miles Cale, 8 to shoot. Miles Powell. Almost lost it. Powell, 3 to shoot. Baseline Cale, and they turn it over. Let's take a look back. Jimmy Jackson on the left, and Coach Cal on the right. When you played for him. And yesterday, Jimmy had a chance to talk to the guys from Kentucky. What'd you say to him?
Well, I was just talking about the waves of emotion that happen during the course of the year, that you can't waver and stray off course. So you're going to go through some ups and downs, but it's a matter of how you approach it and look at it. And you got to depend on your teammates.
Here's Hero, slides down the lane, running jump hook, no. Reed Travis can't finish at the rim. Seton Hall, the interior defense, is doing a nice job against Kentucky.
Yeah, they're just being active.
Miles Powell, that basket will not count, but he's fouled. Kentucky now has missed 15 in a row as Hero picked up the fouls first.
Well, the activity inside by Seton Hall causes Kentucky to miss what would normally be some easy shots inside. So you don't have to be the biggest, the strongest, but if you're active, that can take away the advantage that Kentucky has in regards to size.
Miles Powell has a 40-point game against Grand Canyon this year, a 30-point game against Wagner this year. Here's Hero, explodes on the baseline, wraps it around inside. Reed Travis tries to get his shot off and does, can't get it to stay down, but he is fouled.
Well, one thing too, in Reed Travis, there's not a lot of space for the bigs right now for Kentucky to work. So if you catch, you got to make a quick move and go up. If not, there's going to be a convergence of players coming down, trying to get the ball out of your hands.
Travis at Stanford, first team all Pac-12 the last 2 seasons. Travis in his first game with Kentucky against Duke, he had 22 on just 8 field goal attempts. Mamukilishvili back in the game. Second free throw good. 16-15.
And how about Reed Travis? Coach Cal went to him and said, I need to start Nick Roberts. I need for him to get his confidence. See turnover right here by Seton Hall. And Reed Travis like, go ahead. If that's going to help our team, do it. But when Roberts wasn't playing well, he's like, Coach, you might need to put me back in the starting lineup.
That's right.
But that's leadership, though. And that's what you expect from a fifth-year senior.
Quickly. And an offensive foul on Emmanuel Quickly. Calipari can't believe that call. Quickly trying to create some space with his off arm. Knight draws quickly. Kale, Amatilashvili, Powell, and Enzi. For Seton Hall. Powell off the screen. And a foul. Hero chasing. Looks like he got him. And that would send Miles Powell to the line to shoot three.
And Hero that time adamant that he didn't have any contact that time on Powell. We'll get a good look, Gus, to see if he caught him across. And I think it was the double pump that the official saw. That time Hero didn't touch it.
All right, two more.
And this is the first. What a transformation for Miles Powell coming out of high school. Really worked on his body. It's a doughboy.
Yeah. How about the mental aspect of it, too, with him?
Look at it. Miles Powell on the left in high school.
Who's dude on the right?
I don't know who exactly.
But how about this? You know, they had some issues a little bit last year internally with Miles Powell in his role. And he kind of just stuck with it. And now as a junior, this is his team. So he stepped up in a big way. I think they need more of his leadership, more than scoring, as they kind of continue to fight through their offensive woes.
And Reed Travis. That ends the drought. Both teams have gone 10 minutes without a field goal.
Now watch the post-up position above the block. Excellent entry pass. And that time, Reed Travis goes quick. The defense can't react in time, and using that big upper body, he's able to get it. You remember a guy that played in the league from Xavier, Aaron Williams?
Yes.
Reminds me a lot of Aaron. The body, the build, the strength. Reminds me a lot of Aaron Williams.
Travis listed at 6'8". Aaron Williams
6'8".
6'8", 6'9".
Built, I mean, just strong as a brick house, you know what I mean?
Here's Powell looking to get on track offensively. Seton Hall team unable right now to score the basketball. McKnight.
And he turns it over. Well, McKnight that time went into traffic. I think when you're a team like Seton Hall, you got to be creative offensively. What I mean, figure out other ways to score offensive rebounds, get out in transition, get some steals, have your defense really help and be your best offensive tool when you're struggling in your half-court sets.
Jared Roden comes back in. Freshman from Baldwin, New York, our Savior Lutheran. Quickly. Double team, Washington. Nice pass out of it. Quickly. Not ready. 10 to shoot. Quickly. Sets his feet. And Bureau. Emmanuel quickly.
And quickly with the relocation, Gus. That time he saw the double team coming and just relocated just in the sideline of Reed Travis, able to get that shot up. Gus, all the time coaches talk about this. You got to post up. Now you just want to go and clear yourself to get open. When the defensive man turns his back or opens it up, you got to figure out when Anthony Nelson turned his back to get it in.
Largest lead of the game right now for Kentucky on top of Seton Hall, 22-16. Right now, both these teams these coaches trying to figure out how to put the biscuit in the basket.
Yeah, and that's the ultimate objective, but it's different ways that you can do it, Gus. And again, how can you figure out ways? One is get to the free throw line. Two is try to get some easy layups, and you can't turn it over.
Ball saved, but right in the hands of Green. 7 turnovers for Seton Hall in the first half. Quickly. Knocked down his last shot. Green finds Washington, who started quickly in this game. Now to the basket and the whistle and foul.
And Kentucky is trying to, they're slowly figuring out how to move the ball side to side and then isolate their post players, Gus, where now they have one-on-one coverage, and then they're able to exploit that.
Third foul on Roden. Kentucky. These are some big guys. B.J. Washington, 6'8". Reed Travis is 6'8". Quickly, a point guard, 6'3". Hero, 6'5". Kelton Johnson, who rotates in and out of the lineup, is 6'6".
And Nick Richards at 6'11". They have size.
Second one goes down. 24-16. 8-0 run for Kentucky. 11 points for P.J. Washington.
And it's important Seton Hall get a positive possession here, whether that's the free throw line, see the ball go in.
No field goals for Seton Hall since the 16-minute mark, and McKnight ends the drought.
Yeah, but excellent pick that time by Torian Thompson to get McKnight into his sweet spot right there, just inside the three-point line.
24-19. Washington faces. They lob it inside. Reed Travis draws a double team and throws it into the backcourt for a turnover. 3:47 to play. 6 turnovers for Kentucky. Wildcats with the lead. Sloppy game for both teams. And welcome back. Thank you very much, Michael. As we take a look at the score, 24-19. Time now for the Jackson Report. What are you talking about, JJ?
Well, first of all, in this picture, I want to add a cigar here. Okay. First of all, I want to do that next time. But how about the Big Ten? I mean, Big Ten teams in the top 25. You see the schools listed: Michigan State. How about Wisconsin, finally healthy? Iowa. Chris Holtmann doing a great job at Ohio State. Maryland just creeped in there, Nebraska. But here's the thing about Michigan. We're so accustomed to John Beilein being an offensive genius, but their defense ranks 1 or 2 nationally in defense efficiency, points per game per opponent. He's doing it on the opposite end of the court, you know? And maybe the football team could have used that a little bit when they played against my Buckeyes not too long ago.
I've been waiting for you. Folks, I'm from Michigan and Jimmy's from Ohio. We've been going through this for about 15 years now.
Harbaugh could have stepped in like that three-point shot right there and said,
there's nothing I can say. Torian Thompson knocks down the J.
Great play out of the timeout right there by Seton Hall, drawn up by Coach Willard. That could be a huge momentum booster for Torian Thompson by knocking in that three.
24-22. Quickly, double pump, high off the glass and in. What a play.
And quickly that time, turned down the jump shot, but used that athleticism. And he saw that little gap, Gus, and exploited it and was able to finish up high on the backboard.
And traveling violation against McKnight, going a little too fast.
Well, excellent play. Actually, the ball bounces out to Torian and he steps back and gets it in. And sometimes you just got to make a quick decision and let the athleticism just take over. Quickly right there with the easy 2.
3 minutes to play in the first half. 26-22 Kentucky. Quickly, thinking about it. Now he'll back it up and run a play. Leans in and draws a foul.
Well, again, patience on the pick and roll. Let some space clear. The pump fake. Mamukelashvili that time went for it.
So Emmanuel quickly, another one of those McDonald's All-Americans out of Havre de Grace, Maryland. John Carroll. Enzi comes in now for the Pirates. Nick Richards for Kentucky. Emmanuel quickly, the number 25 overall recruit in the nation coming out of high school. Kentucky will hold on. Green. Baseline. That one off the mark for Keldon Johnson, but the rebound and put back for Nick Richards.
And it's what a benefit it is to be long. And that time, Torian Thompson was in good position. But the way the ball carried him, the longer Nick Roberts was able to grab it and finish it for an offensive rebound of 2 points.
Seton Hall now just unraveling here. 9 turnovers in the first half.
You kind of squeeze a little bit more, Gus, when you can't flow offensively the way you want. You start to force some passes. Again, this is a team that values each possession in the ball. But 9 already, and they're on average 11.
Offensive foul away from the ball. Looks like Richards, and make it Green, and he picks up his first.
And as bad as it's been offensively for Seton Hall, yet still you're only down 6 points.
McKnight draws Green. Wade backs off. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Powell. Hale. Lindsay fighting for it, and a tie-up. Merrill favors Kentucky. Quickly will walk it into the front court with Green, Reed Travis, Johnson, Nick Richards. Eight to shoot. Quickly, force one up. And we'll head the other way. That's like a foul coming up too against Johnson.
And that time, the Kentucky offense seemed a little out of sorts, but give Seton Hall credit for shrinking the court. They wanted to get the ball inside to Nick Roberts, but the spacing just wasn't there, and there was excellent activity that time by the Pirates on defense.
Michael Enzi, co-captain from Nigeria. Last 4 games, he's shooting 72% from the field. That would be 6th in the nation if he qualified. Sub coming in for Kentucky, Jamal Baker Jr. from Menifee, California. This is the first time he's appeared in the game this season. .113 to go. They swing it quickly, pulls up off the fountain, in and out. Tight rim to the Garden this afternoon. They're usually loose. Thompson creating. Gets his own rebound. Double pump off the glass and in.
Yeah, probably didn't need the double pump because Reed Travis was coming late. But I do love the activity right now from Torian Thompson.
28-25. Thompson with 7 points. Starting to come alive. Quickly a 3. Pure. Emmanuel Quickly having a nice first half. 8 points. His activity level down in the first 4 games. 9 seconds to go. McKnight. Offensive foul.
A little indecisiveness right here. McKnight. You know, right into Keldon Johnson. And
2.4 remaining. 31-25. Back right after this. 31-25. Kentucky trying to draw one up. What do they do here?
You want to try to get either a player moving towards the basket so you can hit them on the run, or if you can get the ball inbounded to about the free throw line, throwing it there, now you got a chance with 2.4 seconds left to create a shot.
So on the floor, Jamarl Baker Jr., Reed Travis, Johnson, quickly. Here's Johnson, forced it up, and an air ball. That's the end of the first half, 31-25 Kentucky. Kentucky shot 31%, but leads by 6. Washington with 11, quickly with 8. And let's go to Andy Katz with Coach Cal.
All right, thank you, Gus. Well, John, how did you guys change that narrative offensively after that long drought?
I am so happy that we're defending. I'm not even worried about it. Like, my thing to them in every huddle, if this is what we are defensively, we'll figure out the offense. It may not be this game, but we'll get that right. Again, we had to go to post-ups and do some stuff. I mean, I'm telling some guys shoot the ball. Emmanuel made a couple threes, but Seton Hall's playing hard. They're a good team.
Appreciate it, John. Thank you.
Thanks.
Back to you, Gus.
All right, Andy, thank you very much. So we're at halftime at the world's most famous arena, Kentucky and Seton Hall, 31-25 Cats on top of the Pirates. We'll send you to Mike Hill in Los Angeles. Right after this, you're watching College Hoops on Fox. Welcome back to the City Hoops Classic here on Fox. Halftime at the world's most famous arena. Kentucky with a 31-25 lead over the Seton Hall Pirates. Gus Johnson along with the All-American Jim Jackson. And Jimmy, Seton Hall just turning the ball over like crazy in that first half.
And it wasn't the fact that Kentucky applied so much pressure. What Seton Hall felt uncomfortable. A lot of them were just unforced turnovers, not really sure offensively, not assertive. Hence, you take away opportunities to score baskets. This is a Seton Hall team that only averages 10 turnovers a game. Already had 10 in the first half. Let's see if they can clean that up in the second half.
Time for a first half stat sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Jimmy, what jumps out at you?
Well, the rebounds, of course, for Kentucky offensively, they allowed themselves to stay in the game. The turnover stood out. Both teams not shooting the ball, but at least Kentucky got a chance to get to the free throw line.
All right, let's go to Andy.
All right, Gus, I just walked onto the floor with Kevin Willard, and the number one thing he told me was, of course, taking care of the basketball, those turnovers that you and Jimmy just discussed. In terms of Myles Powell only having 1 field goal so far, I said, what are you going to do to make him a little bit more involved in the offense? He says, well, they're doing a great job defensively on him. We've got to make sure he's more of a facilitator, that he can get the basketball back. Back to you, Gus.
All right, thank you very much, Andy. 31-25 as we start the second half. Pirates with the basketball. Here's Powell on the baseline. McKnight inside. Mamokilishvili looks weak side. KO with a look. Aimed it short. And a reaching foul coming up. So Myles Powell has to step up. Average of 22 points a game, only 3. Enzi averaging 11 with only 1. And Coach Willard said that Powell needs some help.
Well, he needs help. And that, for a scorer like Powell, for him to get easier looks, his teammates have to begin to knock in shots, but also make some plays for Powell to get some easy looks.
And Hero picked up his 3rd foul, so he heads to the bench early in the second half. Myles Powell runs the pick and roll. Enzi slipping to the basket. Nicely done, and he'll lay it up and in.
Well, how about the footwork? The jump stop on the catch, and then the ability to see the defense, hesitate, and then get right to the basket.
31-27. Seton Hall didn't play their best game in the first half, but they're still very close in this game. One good run could put them right back in it.
That's right. The defense kept them in the first half.
Inside. Reed Travis. Oh, he uses his strength and muscles that one in.
Understatement right there with the strength. How about the pass that time by Washington leading Travis to the basket? That's the block.
P.J. Washington the other way. Washington slides down the lane and draws a foul. And one thing about Kentucky.
On the drive, patient by Powell to get Enzi the ball inside off the pick and roll. This is what Willard was talking about. Powell being a facilitator, the patience, the slow rotation by Washington, and that time Enzi able to finish.
P.J. Washington goes to the line. And one thing about Kentucky teams, you know, all the NBA executives come watch John Calipari's squad. I was talking to Mitch Kupchak during halftime. He was asking about you for some reason.
Never know.
Mitch Kupchak now.
Got a job open.
You have a job right next to me there. He runs Charlotte, former Lakers GM. Scott Perry, Steve Mills from the Knicks in attendance as well. 13 points for Washington. Big time prospect. PJ Washington. Cale. Powell trying to create. Cale's got to knock down one. In and out. Mamakili's Wheeler with a rebound. Cale blocked from behind. Loose ball. Tied up.
But this was good offense. Offensive rebound, drive. But how about Washington again, that length? Cale did the right thing. Attacked the basket aggressively. That's just better defense that time by PJ Washington.
Travis picked up his second. McKnight. High archer, and it gets in. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, and you know, Reed Travis was right there, but McKnight able to get it arched up just enough over the front of the rim.
2 minutes gone by in the second half. And a traffic violation called on Ashton Hagans.
You know about this guy. Sometimes you just got to be creative when you see a big man coming. Put it up to the rim. McKnight, soft touch.
Here's Powell. Kentucky with all the answers for Miles Powell today. Cale, baseline drop, strip, and out of bounds. Seton Hall will hold on. McKnight will curl it back to the top of the arc. Powell, quick release. Got his feet set. Best look of the second half so far. Hagans the other way. And Seton Hall takes it away. Mamakili's to Powell. Can he get an easy one? Yes. That might get him on track. 5 points for Miles Powell. Lead down to 4 and a whistle. Enzi hustling on the sideline.
And Coach Woodard can't be upset with the defense that's being on display, especially in the second half. It created opportunity for the offense to get out. And you said it, Gus, maybe that layup by Powell gets him going.
Ashton Hagans. Quickly in the game, Hero back in with 3 fouls. Pull-up jump shot, a raindrop, and it's Buell.
Well, I talked about Enzi's footwork before, and that one, Hero able to jump stop, reverse pivot, maintain that pivot foot with a nice little shot inside.
McKnight, a brick, Mamakili's offensive rebound, blocked though by PJ Washington.
And length is starting to pay dividends for the Wildcats.
I know Coach Woj in Milwaukee with Marquette is mad that this kid Hero got out of town.
Yeah. Imagine him with Howard on the wing.
Hero, strip, picked up Miles Powell. Cale. Now Powell. Double pump. Into the hands of Mamakili's. He can't hang on and gets it back. Powell down the lane, hangs, and a foul.
Well, excellent activity on the offensive boards. And Powell actually was looking for the contact right here with Reed Travis. Mamakili's able to keep it alive, kind of giving Kentucky a dose of their own medicine on the offensive boards.
That's a third foul on Travis. Miles Powell, 1 for 4 at the free throw line, not making 1 for 5.
And that's when you know the rhythm is off, because Miles Powell from a free throw than shooting percent.
89%.
Just a little off. And you know the mental part of this game, how tough it is, and how critical it is in regards to your rhythm as a player.
You ever have those games where you can't hit a free throw?
You can't hit a free. Sometimes when you're off mentally, man, and one of your best assets is you know you can get to the free throw line and knock it in. When you're missing those, that's when you got to recalibrate your thought process.
Hero with a good look. KO with a rebound. Outlet pass. McKnight on the move. Penetrates and draws the bump. Keldon Johnson picks up his second. 15:36 to play. Second half, 37-32. They're battling at the world's most famous arena. Three #1 overall NBA draft pick. Knicks first round pick came out of Kentucky this year. Kevin Knox, top 10 pick. That's his mom and dad. I told him, had a chance to meet his parents during halftime. I said, I see where he got all his talent from and his good looks, his mom. And I told you that they come out to watch Kentucky teams. There's Mitch Kupchak, Steve Mills. Mitch Kupchak, who runs Charlotte Hornets with Michael Jordan. Steve Mills, president of the Knicks. Scott Perry to the right, general manager of the Knicks. 37-32. Kale. Powell, quick release. And over the back foul called on Mamukilishvili. His fourth. He'll have to sit.
Yeah, but Willard can't be too upset. He didn't want the fourth foul. But Mamukilishvili has 4 offensive rebounds. He's been active. But that was an excellent play. Kind of a fade back into a screen for Powell to get an open shot. He got it. The rhythm was there, just unable to knock it in.
Up into the front court, Ashton Hagans. Johnson elevates inside. Nice play.
Again, excellent footwork that time by Johnson, coming to a jump stop and then able to pivot in, use that length, and how about the soft touch?
First bucket of the game for Keldon Johnson. Meanwhile, Kale attacking the rim and will go to the line.
You know, under control. Stop, underneath, up and under. Again, the move itself, you get stopped. The excellent footwork, soft touch.
Kale at the line, shooting 2. And the first one goes down. Kale averaged 4 points a game last season. But he comes back as the #2 returning scorer behind Miles Powell.
And Seton Hall's offense, when they can go quick and move the ball, that's when they're able to turn the corner on a catch and dribble drive or swing it and get an open shot. Is when they get a little stagnant in their half-court sets, Gus, that makes it a little bit more challenging for them to get some good looks.
Hagans hands it off, Keldon Johnson. And the ball knocked away. Kale, head of steam, into the front court, out of control, poked away from behind, and Seton Hall holding on.
And those are one of those possessions right there where you want to control the dribble, because that's an opportunity for you now to score in transition or at least get fouled and get to the free throw line.
Powell, left hand hard down the lane. Kale wide open. And knocks it down. He has 10 points now. Seton Hall right back in this game, down by 2. And Kentucky calls a timeout. Here come the Pirates. Down by 2. Back after this. And welcome back to City Hoops Classic on Fox. And let's take a look as Let's take a look at the playbook sponsored by Lexus.
Well, the second half, Coach Willard talked about Miles Powell being more of a facilitator. One, you assess the defense, turns down the pick, and look at all of the traffic and attention that Miles Powell is able to draw. And Miles Cale, patiently, but also from a discipline perspective, Gus, maintained the spacing, caught it in rhythm, and was able to knock in that big-time three-point shot.
I like this kid's athleticism.
Well, I like his heart. I like how he played. You know, he's missed some shots, but he hasn't stopped attack. And I love the aggressive part and how he plays on the defensive end of the court.
39-37. Great crowd on hand here at the City Hoops Classic. About 14,000. More Bowl 100% full. Travis. Sheldon Johnson on the wing. 5 to shoot. Hero's got to hurry. Pull up deep. Short. Enzi with the board. Pirates to level this game with the 2. Take the lead with the 3. Thompson inside. Nice play. Enzi. We are tied at 39.
What excellent post-up position that time by Enzi. How about Torian Thompson dropping that dime right where Enzi could catch?
7-0 run for the Pirates. Baseline, P.J. Washington. And we'll head the other way.
Well, inside deep position. Now that ball just comes right in, and Enzi was able to seal. The delivery was on time and on target. Now that's just a layup.
Seton Hall has led only once in this game when the score was 12-11. They can take the lead here. Torian Thompson. Double jab step across the lane. Got it! 9-0 run for Seton Hall.
And that's what they expected from Torian Thompson. Those type of plays right there, because he can beat you off the dribble, he can finish, and we saw the excellent passing skills he displayed with the pass to Enzi.
Torian Thompson with 9. Inside, Reed Travis trying to dig it out. Knocked out a play.
Gus, when you get your post player in an isolation situation, allow him to clear the court and then finish inside, that opens up another dimension to your offense that Coach Willard wants to tap into.
41-39 Pirates. Seton Hall, they've been waiting for Torian Thompson to break out. McKnight goes up high. The steal to the hole, up and in. 11-0 run for the Seton Hall Pirates against the 9th-ranked team in the nation, the Kentucky Wildcats. Coming up.
You know, always a tough pass when you lob it over the top. That time Quincy McKnight was playing free safety, Gus. Able to get in there and get the steal. More importantly, converted it over for 2 points.
Green, deep jumper. Good. That's a 2. 43-41. Starting to get interesting here now at the Garden. Both teams sloppy in the first half. Run the weave up top, McKnight. And a traveling violation against, looks like Miles Powell. But Seton Hall battling at the Garden. They've got the number 9 team in the nation on the ropes, up 43. Quincy McKnight having a solid game for Seton Hall. 9 points and 4 steals, 43-41 Pirates. Let's go inside the huddle with John Calipari.
Hey, we're taking 6 jumpers, 6 bounces, and a jump shot, and they're driving every ball. Hey, let me say this. This is what we need anyway. Exactly what we need.
the mantra behind Coach Calipari was get the ball inside with Richards, but also Reed, Travis, Washington. Don't settle for jump shots. Put the pressure on Seton Hall to have to guard off the dribble or guard us on the post. But he also talked about he wanted to see how this young Kentucky team would respond by playing at MSG.
All right, let's go to Andy Katz.
All right, thank you, Gus. You would expect the Seton Hall players came into their huddle celebrating, and Kevin Willard, the first thing he says is, don't celebrate. We're supposed to be up. Back to you, Gus.
All right, as Kentucky throws it away. 12 turnovers for the Wildcats. Pirates will take it, 11:40 to play, second half, 43-41. Seton Hall, 5-3 on the season. Kentucky, 7-1. Wildcats have won 7 in a row since their season-opening loss to Duke. Kale, step back Jay. Batted out, picked up, Hero. He's got Green with him. Hero to the basket, left hand up and in.
Wow, what a beautiful move. That time, the long rebound allowed Kentucky, in particular Hero, to get out. You see his athleticism that time. How about the offhand, off the glass softly?
Ties it up at 43. Backdoor Kale inside, wrapped it around, and the rim's off. Hero to a cutting Green, and he'll peel it back.
How about the smart decision that time by Quade by bringing it back out? Now turned it over.
McKnight hustling to the bucket, a reaching foul on Green.
Offensive rebound, gets out. Hero able to keep the ball away from his defender, use his offhand.
McKnight, though, at the line, I tell you what, he's been great. 5 steals in this game.
He's been active with his hands.
10 points, 5 steals for Quincy. He turned 23 years old this past Wednesday. Second free throw good. 45-43, Pirates. Higgins. Hero dumps it down. Higgins with the step. And one.
When you can shoot the ball like Hero, you attract attention. And this time, Ashton Hagen's able to maintain the space, and then he caught and attacked immediately. And how about finishing through contact right here?
Higgins adds the free throw. And Kentucky goes up by a penny. Higgins with 3. He can score points in bunches. Keep that in mind. Pulls up. Boom.
On time. Created a little space with that pullback dribble. Beautiful stroke.
He averages 22. He has 8 right now. All back on top. Hero with the crossover dribble. Gets to the basket. Knocked out of his hands. Dwayne Thompson the other way. Keeps the defender off of him. Loose dribble, Powell, rising fire. And foul from behind Higgins. Kale had position. Higgins will pick up his 3rd.
And guys, like Miles Powell, you know you're going to get touches and opportunities to get shots. So you don't have to force anything. That time, it was just purely one-on-one. And what Miles wanted to do was to create enough space, like right here, just to get that jump shot off.
Miles Kale at the line. Has 10 points. His only other double-figure game this season, 10 points against Hawaii, and 14 points in his last outing against New Hampshire, so 3 double-figure games this season. Last Saturday, Seton Hall lost to the other Kentucky team, Louisville. Inside, Reed Travis pulls his way to the basket and lays it in. Hell bent on getting there.
Ben is right, but that's his grown man strength. right there by Reed Travis. Again, it's so tough when you have a big body like this that's athletic. Once he gets inside, that little jump hook, this is something that the coaching staff, in particular, Kenny Payne was working with the bigs for Kentucky yesterday, was getting inside the lane and finishing with that nice jump hook.
Henze picked up his fourth foul as Travis now has 11 points. 49-49. Knight. Deep jumper, Thomas. Loose ball, the rebound going to Roden. And Seton Hall to hold on. Roden really hustling. Knight turns a corner, shows it, deals it, bucket, Thompson. Dorian Thompson with 11 off the bench. Seton Hall with a 51-49 lead and a blocking foul.
How about Quincy McKnight? Patience again. Dorian Thompson didn't settle for just watching from the free throw line, took a dive down the basket, was able to catch him right there and use that shoulder to put right in the middle of the chest of Reed Travis to create space for that left hand.
McKnight picked up his third. Reed Travis. And a foul. Big game, though, for Quincy McKnight.
Well, he's running the floor. This is what you expect from a veteran player. Either scoring the basketball, you see that little arch right there to get it up on the defensive end, again, playing free safety, completing the deal with the two-point shot. We saw the pass and the patience inside the Thompson.
Travis gets the front end. 12 points now for Reed. Averaging 15 a game. He's 6 of 7 from the free throw line.
And how about Coach Calipari inserting E.J. Montgomery back in, not Nick Richards. And he said, we have 3 guys we want to play in the post. We got to figure out the 2 they're going to play well together. That time he chose to go with Montgomery.
McKnight in and out. Hand off. Higgins. Reverse it. Quickly. 12 to shoot for Keldon Johnson. Oh! Loose ball, and Miles Cale has it. 51-51. Under 8 to go. Powell. The kick. Cale rises deep. Miles Cale 2 for 8 from the three-point line today. Travis now. Higgins down the lane on the hop. Up. In and out. And it's Pirates basketball. 7:19 to play in the second half. 51-51. Back to the Garden after this.
Hey, right now, he's going to try to drive you. That was a great job digging, close out. We got to live with Higgins taking a 3. He might make it, but we got to protect the guys inside.
I like the calmness right there in the huddle. No need to panic. He was talking about Miles Powell to McKnight about it. Well, Quincy McKnight talking about driving the basketball. What Higgins wants to do and Kentucky wants to do is drive. But again, doing the little things, talking And also Jared Roden, we talked to him like, good job. Way to come in and get that offensive rebound. All those things contribute.
And let's quickly go to Andy.
Gus, just listening in to Kentucky, the one thing they want to do is get the ball to Reed Travis. Last time it happened, he got an and one. Positive things happen offensively when they play through Reed. Back to you, Gus.
All right, Andy. Travis had 6 points at halftime. He has 13 now. Full court pressure being applied by Kentucky. Seton Hall with some problems handling that full court pressure in the first half. Turning the ball over. Mamokilishvili back in playing with 4 fouls. Miles Powell lost it on the way up. Into the hands of Reed Travis. So Higgins walks it into the front court. They'll let him take the 3. As Coach Willard said, Pirates want to protect their interior. They've done a nice job, only -1 in the rebounding battle with Kentucky. Baseline Higgins, there's a 3. They give up, and they'll get the rebound off the miss. Kale. Traveling. So let's reset it for you. Level at 51. Pirates with 3 timeouts. Kentucky with 2. Each team with 17 fouls. Look at the foul trouble. Mamokilishvili, Enzi, Roden with 4. Kentucky's okay right now.
Yeah, and what will help Reed Travis create space is the perimeter players for Kentucky knocking down jump shots, and Coach Cal puts Tyler Hero back in the game. He knows that he understands he can knock down long jump shots.
Higgins. Hero. Higgins inside. P.J. Washington. Finally, they go back to their bread and butter.
But also, Higgins recognized the mismatch inside for Washington on Roden, and that time Washington smartly just caught and finished.
P.J. Washington with 15 points to lead Kentucky in scoring. Wildcats up by 2. McKnight. 9 to shoot. Powell. Clutch shooter. Miles Powell had 3 at the break. He has 11 now. 54-53. The Hall. Hero curling down the lane. Off the window softly and in.
Beautiful play that time, and how about Hero? Excellent use of the curl and screen.
10 points for Tyler Hero. Back and forth they go. And Seton Hall over and back. Powell said it was touched. That's their 14th turnover in this game.
Now P.J. Washington Jr. right here inside, recognizing the mismatch. You go quick before the double team, and then Powell from Steph Curry range, they catch a shoot and finish, and Hero off the curl. No resistance at the rim, able to softly finish off the glass.
Higgins going the distance here in the second half. At the point for Kentucky. Tyler Hero down the lane again, stripped into the hands of P.J. Washington and 1. And if that's Mamokilishvili, that's his 5th. And it is.
Yeah, and that time, Gus, it's the quick action of Hero again. He found success with the curl. It happened. The shot got blocked, but P.J. Washington didn't give up on the play.
P.J. Washington with 17 points, and he'll go to the free throw line. Who could forget Washington in the NCAA tournament last year played 40 minutes and posted an 18.15 rebound game in their Sweet 16 loss to Kansas State. He's 6 of 6 from the free throw line. 17 points and 11 rebounds. Big time numbers for a big time player. 18. Kentucky up 58-54. Powell, another deep J. And hits Miles Powell. 14 points now. And he's keeping Seton Hall in this one. Keldon Johnson. Baseline. P.J. Washington. Jump hook. Got it.
That's it. Again, we saw from Reed Travis with the jump hook. That time Washington with the jump hook.
McKnight tight roping the sideline. Backdoor kill. And foul. That foul called on Travis, and that's his fourth. Miles Cale having a solid game. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Look at 13 now. 3-point ball not going down for him. Where he's 2 of 8, but he's doing other things.
Gus, you know, the backcourt for Seton Hall does an excellent job. When McKnight picks up his dribble, instead of standing, they continue to cut to the open lanes, knowing that McKnight can find them inside. And we've seen it happen several times where they've been able to take advantage of backdoor cuts.
Cale with 14 now. 1-point affair, 60-59. Kentucky. P.J. Washington to the hole with the left hand. He has 22.
And he said right there that he can't hold him one-on-one, and that may be true. He's taking advantage of his opportunities right now, Gus.
P.J. Washington averages 12 points a game this season. Big one and a steal. Higgins to the hole. Up and in. Timeout Seton Hall. 64-59 Kentucky, 3:14 to go in the second half.
You got momentum on your side. This time it's all about the defense. Higgins able to get in easy too.
Number 9, Kentucky in a dogfight with the Pirates from Seton Hall, 64-59. All right, thank you very much, Sergeant Mike Hill. You know, Mike Hill was in the United States Air Force, retired as a sergeant. Let's take a look at the foul trouble.
Well, you see, Mamadou Beasley is out, and that takes away a big for Seton Hall, and it's a reason why P.J. Washington is having so much success. Therefore, the Kentucky Wildcats inside 9 straight baskets in the paint, hence shooting 59% in the second half, and P.J. Washington getting it done. 22 points, 11 rebounds. Keep going to the big fella.
And Washington has scored 9 of Kentucky's last 13 points. You see why these NBA scouts, general managers, presidents are in attendance watching this young man.
Well, he's long. Look how long his wingspan is right now, and his ability to create space and post up in the prime-time position. And then, again, the beautiful soft touch, especially with his jump hook inside, makes him dangerous and unstoppable.
Miles Powell again. Bam! Miles Powell on fire now. 17 points after scoring only 3 in the first half. 64-62. When you can score the basketball and shoot the basketball like Miles Powell, they'll pay attention to you.
Better believe it.
Washington in the post. Across the lane, elevates.
That was patience right there, guys. I mean, P.J. surveyed the defense, allowed the lane to clear, extended the dribble, and got right to a sweet spot.
66-62. Miles Powell driving this time, and he draws contact.
Well, Powell's patience off the down screen and double screen allowed him to get open. He sprinted off, squared up the shoulders, splashed for 3, and once again, P.J. Washington, let me get to my sweet spot and show you a little touch in the middle. P.J. with an excellent play.
And Reed Travis is fouled out, 13.6 rebounds. And that's a big loss for Kentucky.
Well, it is, because he's another player that you can dump it down to on the post, that can score the ball, offensive rebound. Now Nick Richards comes in. What he can give you is rim protection right now for the Wildcats.
look at the foul. Reed Travis.
And actually, Miles Powell did an excellent job of initiating that contact. I mean, you look at Reed Travis here, he's trying to get out the way. But the aggressive play by Powell and the contact forced that foul.
Powell, though, has to hit his free throws down the stretch. He's 2 for 6 today. (66-63) Kentucky. Wildcats do not have an answer for Miles Powell in the second half. Pirates do not have an answer for P.J. Washington in the second half. Both free throws good. 2-point game. Powell with 19. He had 3 at the break. He averages 22. Tyler Hero. Higgins reluctant to take that 3. Morgan Johnson will feed P.J. Washington. He drives baseline, loses his footing. Hero downtown. Richards can't stick it. He'll get another chance and foul.
The activity that time offensively by Kentucky. See Richards inside, misses the first, gets another opportunity. But the quick ball movement, quick decisions by Kentucky allowed them to utilize the opportunity to get inside for multiple offensive rebounds and now get themselves to the free throw line.
Michael Enzi is fouled out of this game. He'll leave with 5 points and 4 rebounds.
Well, now with the small lineup with Seton Hall, Gus, look to see a lot more double teams once the ball gets inside because you just don't have the size to kind of guard one-on-one, and that's going to open up some jump shot opportunities for Higgins and quickly on the perimeter and Hero.
Richards' first free throw is good. 6'11" sophomore, good free throw shooter this season. He's 7 of 8 from the line on the year. This is the second. 67-64. You gotta think that Seton Hall will definitely go to Miles Powell. McKnight on the baseline. Kale taken out of his hands by P.J. Washington, and he stares him down. Baseline. Keldon Johnson. Offensive foul against Kentucky.
This time baseline. P.J. Washington said not this afternoon. Straight up, straight down. May have been a little contact on the wrist, but not enough for the official to call foul.
Kentucky by 3. 1:20 to go. Second half. Powell. Pure! And we're level. Miles Powell. What Trenton makes, the world takes. He has 22. And we're tied at 67. A minute to go. Quickly to P.J. Washington. Knocked out of his hands. Quickly. Make that McKnight can't hold on. Torian Thompson with a nice poke.
The missed opportunity. Talking about really good defense here by Torian Thompson, and McKnight just couldn't keep his footing right here. He's seeing daylight at the end of the tunnel, and Coach Wood just can't believe it right now. That's a lost opportunity. Miles Powell, you didn't see this, but he jabbed inside, which put the defender down. That created enough space for him to be able to come off that double screen, square up his shoulders, and show that beautiful touch from deep. And that's good contest right there by P.J. Washington. But just excellent offense by Powell.
Powell was 2 for 9 since then. He's 5 for 5, 14 points in the last 5 minutes. 49.5 remaining. 67-67 our score.
Miles horsepower in the second half. It's all about patience. You're going to get enough touches, Gus, when you're the main guy. So you don't have to force the situation. What he did, he helped his teammates out. He got them into rhythm, and then they returned the favor, setting massive screens so he can get open. And, you know, he always has the confidence that the next shot is going in.
So with 49.5 to go, Kentucky receiving some last-minute instructions from John Calipari. And they send out Hagens, Hero, P.J. Washington, Nick Richards, and Keldon Johnson. Here's Hagens. Washington. Driving. Short. And a foul called on Roden. What an elbow. As Keldon Johnson goes, make that P.J. Washington goes to the floor.
Well, that's just an isolation play drawn up for Washington to go one-on-one. The space was a little crowded, but Roden did a great job of rebounding the ball. But right at the end, watch the extended elbow right there to the chin, or underneath the chin of P.J. Washington. And now the officials, I believe, have to take a look at this, guys.
Roden is fouled out. The freshman. So they will take a look, official review, to see if that contact.
You know, it's not whether it's intentional or not, Gus, on this. It's the contact itself right there.
Looked intentional to me. Trying to create some space, and he just pushed off with that forearm shiver to the throat.
And because of that contact, it could be changed from a common foul to a flagrant one.
Seton Hall really competing in the second half against the #9 ranked team in the nation at the Garden in the City Hoops Classic. Now the officials converging, and they'll come up with a decision.
After review, it's been determined it was an offensive foul.
So it's just a personal foul.
Kentucky will inbound the next.
Roden fouling out. So Kentucky will inbound it on the baseline. 39.4 to go. They've got a 30-second shot clock in front of them. P.J. Washington.
A little trap. A little trap.
Hero. And the rebound goes to the Pirates. Shot clock and game clock about the same. Seton Hall with 2 timeouts, and they'll burn one here. 24.1 to go on the game clock. 24 on the shot clock.
And how about the trap up front? Kind of surprised the Wildcats, but they were able to swing it around, maintain possession. The Hero had a look at the rim, just unable to convert on that 3-point shot.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for Seton Hall. They'll play Rutgers on December 15th. Big Ten, Big East battle, Sacred Heart, Maryland on the 23rd. And they'll get into conference play with St. John's and Xavier. The upcoming schedule for Kentucky, take on the Utes. And then North Carolina, Louisville, Alabama, and Texas A&M. So this ball has to go to Miles Powell.
It does, but it's a matter of how you get it to him. Again, there's 24 seconds on the clock. You want to get a good, clean look. But if you take it too soon, you give Kentucky an opportunity, especially if it's a long jump shot, that's to get out and run. So you're not in a rush to kind of get the shot you want, especially being at home. You want to get a high-quality shot. You know it's going to foul, and maybe even if the defense jumps out, we've seen him in the second half create opportunities for his teammates.
Powell has made his last 5.
Kentucky just has to be solid defensively. No bailouts, no reaching, communicate. They're going to make a shot, make it over a tough contested hand.
Kale the inbound. McKnight breaks to the ball. Will take his time. Hero going for the steal. Shot clock and game clock about the same. 10 to shoot. Now they'll get into it. Pyle breaks to the basketball, receives. 6 to shoot. Pyle's not giving this up. Step back jumper. Yeah! Miles Powell gives Seton Hall the lead with 1.1 second to go. What a shot by Miles Powell. He had 3 at halftime. 25 now. Let's take a look at the play of the game, sponsored by Mission Impossible Fallout, now on Blu-ray and digital. What do you think it is?
Hit. Miles Powell is involved in here. This is really good defense here by Quigley. You step back, you force him to take a double pump shot. He moved the ball while in the air, but sometimes good defense is trumped by great offense.
Powell, the only Pirate to score in the last 4 minutes, 11 points. And the Pirate bench.
And Gus, give Coach Willard credit for this. He cleared out that side so Miles Powell would have space to work. It wasn't a matter of providing help defense and anybody coming over, crowding the space, knowing that they wanted to take the last shot. He has the space to work with right here. And again, it's excellent defense, but my goodness, an offensive player just made the shot.
Young man Miles Powell had only 3 points at halftime. He struggled in the first half against Kentucky. Came out on fire in the second half of play. That's a James Harden-like move.
No, it is. All about creating space right there.
Right now, the officials, this play is under review. They're trying to see if it was a 3 or a 2. Right now, it's a 3, 70 to 67. And they also put some time on the clock, 1.5, as opposed to 1.1.
The strategy here for Seton Hall, listen, you got to force somebody for Kentucky to catch the ball coming towards the ball. You can't allow them to catch the ball running up court, because if they catch it near half court, now that's one dribble and they can get into a shot.
They put Romaro Gill in for defensive purposes. He's a 7-footer junior from Jamaica for Seton Hall. Wildcats have to go the length of the floor. Remember, Kentucky has won 7 in a row. 9th-ranked team in the nation. DJ Washington will inbound. Gill will guard the ball, all 7-2. Here's PJ Washington. He can run the baseline. Throws it mid-court. Keldon Johnson. Oh! He made it! Wow! And we're level at 70. Woo! Unbelievable. And we're going to overtime at the Garden.
Gus, you can't allow this pass to come to half court. But how about PJ Washington finding Keldon Johnson? Nothing to lose, knock it in, young fella.
What a shot by Keldon Johnson. And the Kentucky bench says we'll play overtime. Coach Willard. For Seton Hall fans, agony. So with 5 minutes put on the clock, we head to overtime in the City Hoops Classic. Level at 70. Overtime is sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee.
And you have to think that's going into overtime, the advantage Kentucky being, because Seton Hall, you think about two of their players, especially post players, have fouled out. And NZ and Mamu Kelly-Shavili are out of the lineup. You know, one more look again. Washington trying to maneuver to get this pass off, and how about the straight line passing? Miles Kell was caught in between. If he's up on Johnson, maybe he doesn't get that shot up when the ball is in the air, but too much space, too much time, and too good of a player right here to knock this in.
Johnson with the half-court heave. And we head to overtime. Tied at 70. Miles Powell with the big shot. And it was answered by Keldon Johnson. And he's got a wry smile on his face.
Let's keep playing.
Nothing else to do.
Right.
Seton Hall and Kentucky.
Enjoy some good basketball.
Thompson, Washington in the circle. Toss and attack controlled by Seton Hall. Anthony Nelson will bring it up the floor. Nelson, hesitation to the hole, off the glass and in. And the Pirates are on the board first in OT.
Yeah, good patience that time. Nelson was able to recognize when the lane opened up and exploited that opportunity. See if Kentucky can respond.
Higgins. Montgomery. Hero wide open. And Torian Thompson with the rebound.
And Hero was just off that time. He was fading back a little bit. Gus took a little bit of steam off that jump shot.
Wide open inside McKnight, and Powell puts it on him. Back-to-back buckets to start overtime for Seton Hall. McKnight with 13. 74-70. And a reach-in foul coming up.
As we go back to the last play right here, just a miscommunication. Two people on the ball. Hero trying to figure it out. Hagan, but no one sees on the back line that McKnight is wide open inside again. It's Miles Powell attracting the defense and then making a team for his, making the play for his teammate.
Washington, 7 of 7 from the free throw line today. Make it 8 of 8.
How about Coach Cal choosing to start this overtime period with E.J. Montgomery inside, now taking him out to go with a little smaller lineup.
Those free throws good. Career high now, 26 for P.J. Washington. 74-72. This game is tied at 70 at the end of regulation. Powell wants it. McKnight, pick and roll with Thompson. Reverse layup, good. Quincy McKnight balling out today. 15 points, 5 steals. 76-72, Seton Hall. quickly. Washington on the other box draws a double. They reverse it. Baseline. Johnson across and gets a roll. (76-74). Dorian Thompson across the lane. Tricky. In just a moment, those of you watching in the state of Indiana and the Louisville market will be taken to the start of the Louisville versus Indiana game. For those viewers, the conclusion of this game will be available on the Fox Sports app. 78-74. And a whistle. Foul inside.
How about Dorian Thompson? We're talking about guys stepping up. They've been waiting for this moment, meaning the coaching staff, the rest of the players, and Thompson not only playing well on the offensive end, Gus, but defensively, he's come up with some rebounds, deflections, some steals. Maybe this is the turning point for this young man, because a lot was expected of him coming in from Syracuse.
Got 26 points. Perfect from the free throw line today. P.J. Washington is 10 of 10, 27 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. And he's only committed 1 foul. Nick Richards back in for Hero. P.J. Washington, preseason first team All-SEC, a Wooden and Naismith watch list candidate. Second free throw good. 78-76, 2:30 to go in overtime. This game is tied at 70 at the end of regulation. Powell. Nelson. 15-footer. Nick Richards with the board. Kentucky can tie it right here with the 2. Take the lead with a 3. They've got to go to Washington.
And look for some kind of down screen into a rub, try to get Washington back on the post. Right now he has McKnight on him.
Smaller player. 10 to shoot. They lob it. Washington, nice catch. And a whistle. Let's quickly go to Mike Hill in Los Angeles.
All right, coming up, Romeo Langford, Indiana, set to host Louisville. Sorry, that game could be seen on the Fox Sports app. Moving over to Fox once your overtime thriller is done there at the Garden. Gus and Jim, and you got a classic going on right now.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Here's P.J. Washington, 11 of 11 at the free throw line. They get 12 of 12 now. 78-77. Seton Hall. Reed Travis fouled out. 13 points and 6 boards. And he misses the second. First miss of the game for Washington. He's 12 of 13. Seton Hall up by 1. Miles Powell for 3. Again! What Trenton makes, the world takes Miles Powell with 28. 81-77, Higgins. And he gets the bounce. 1:16 to play. 81-79. Seton Hall, can they hold on? Powell. Baseline. McKnight. Powell will go away from the ball. A minute to go. 10 on the shot clock. McKnight crosses over. Double clutch up. No. Higgins racing. Baseline jumper. Johnson. Keldon Johnson. And Kentucky takes a 1-point lead. 82-81. They're standing at the Garden. Timeout, Seton Hall.
My goodness, Gus. Big-time players step up in big moments, and Miles Powell once again. Great defense, better Owen. Coach Cal, this is like, what are we going to do with this young man? Just get back. And how about the response? Johnson himself keeps himself spaced, catches in rhythm. I tell you, on that last defensive play, having Nick Richards in the game takes away that McKnight layup. That length takes it away, and that's the advantage this Kentucky team has, and it was able to start the break, but then to ultimately go up by one.
How about Keldon Johnson, though? He hit the three from half court at the end of regulation, and he's 2 for 2 in overtime. Don't forget, coming up next, Louisville at Indiana.
Now, guys, I said this early on in the loss to Duke. I said this Kentucky team will be much better, much different, much more poised come late February. It's a growth thing. They have to kind of go through the struggle a little bit to figure out who they are, how to bond together. In a game like this, win, lose, or draw, you find out so much more about yourself.
7 McDonald's All-Americans on the roster for Kentucky. Miles Powell playing like he is a college All-American today. 28 points for Powell, a young man that had 3 at the break. So Cale, Torian Thompson, Powell, Nelson, and McKnight are on the floor for the Pirates. 25 on the shot clock, 38.9 on the game clock. Here's Powell. Receives a screen. He's got a quick trigger. Cale off the back rim, and the ball is rebounded by Keldon Johnson.
They got a foul.
And Seton Hall fouls. And that will send Kentucky to the line. Hagans is 1 for 1 from the line today. And Hagans on the season, coming into this game 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Freshman. Cartersville, Georgia.
Sometimes that 86 can be deceptive, especially in late game situations when things are on the line, and Hagans not able to convert on the first attempt.
Second free throw is good. Seton Hall has 1 timeout left. 20 seconds to go. Baseline. McKnight, the kick. Thompson shows it. Cale steps back, lets it fly. Pure! Miles Cale, 84-83. Hagans. Keldon Johnson, blocked from behind by McKnight, and Seton Hall knocks off the number 9 team in the nation. 84-83. What a win for the Pirates. Miles Cale struggling with his three-point shot the entire day. Finishes 3 for 10 from the three-point line, but he hits the big one. And the Pirates win it 84-83.
Well, Kentucky did what they wanted to do on defense, was get the ball out of Miles Powell's hand, but not being disciplined. Richards for the pump fake. That opens up the opportunity. And Torian Thompson, again, making the correct play down the stretch. And Miles Cale, he may have missed the other one. He wasn't missing this one, Gus.
One more look. Kevin Willard, who was an assistant coach for Rick Pitino at Kentucky, pumps his fist. The Pirates improved to 6-3. Huge win right now. Powell with 28. Cale with 17. Washington finishes with 29 and 13 rebounds for Kentucky. We'll send you to the Hoosier State for Louisville, Indiana right after this. You've been watching College Hoops on Fox.